All right. All right, so I think I was gonna take today to go over some of the new things that popped up in Command recently. You can see some of the updates on the right-hand side when you first log in under product updates. If you don't see product updates on your home area, you can always just customize the home area, and it's possible that you just hit it. So you can just, they have this green customize home button in the corner. And you can move these things around with the little 6 dots, right? And if you're not seeing it, you just need to check the box for product updates. And you can put that wherever you want. So last week, let's see here. Along with the app, you can now see your opportunities in the KW Command app. They pop up there, so you can manage the details in them. So it's still a little limited, but you can see your opportunities in there. I think I should be able to broadcast that and just show you guys that really fast. Should be able to. Oh shoot. I need a cord. Do you have an iPhone cord? Okay, never mind. I won't be able to show it to you, but if you, when you log into your app, it's now one of the front features there. It'll say open opportunity, so you can see all of the stuff that's in the cultivate appointment, active and under contract phase. And like I say, you can update all the details there. You can't like move documents around, or not yet anyway. So this is kind of just the first phase of getting that integrated into your Command mobile app. So go ahead and log on and take a look at that. But the big parts of, you can actually create an opportunity now from there, which is nice. So you can have it created and started. But in opportunities on the online portal, we now have the ability for your listings and for your buy side to quickly create marketing pieces directly from the opportunities. So let's say you have a listing. I have this one. We have this new tab up here, marketing tab here. So we can go quickly there. And now they can go ahead and quickly create a design using one of these recommended designs, or you can go ahead and quickly create a social ad directly around this opportunity or this listing. The one thing you want to make sure that you do have is in the details section, you have it added from the KWLS. So when you click on up here on the little for sale sign, you want to make sure it's added. The correct one is added.
So I'm sorry. If we're in opportunities, you said there's a new marketing tab.
Yeah, so if you have an active listing,
Okay.
they have a marketing tab.
Gotcha.
So that way you can go ahead and have like a just listed flyer or quickly create a trifold. These are just the recommended ones. So you can go ahead and click on that. It should go ahead and take us directly to designs. There was 3 dots there I wanted to go through, but let's see here. Right, so it quickly takes us directly to this design. You're gonna have to go to the KWLS tab, but it automatically pulls it up with the and that's why I showed you the first step of making sure you connected it,
Right.
the KWLS listing first, so we could go ahead and like quickly shift these pictures around just by clicking on the block and then replacing the image. And then we can go ahead and throw in like our favorite images to show off the property.
Gotcha.
Which would best show off this property. The outside of it is really what you want to see here. This one.
Pretty vanilla.
There we go. Right,
That's nice.
just a nice little marketing piece there. We can throw in the DBA name down the bottom. And then we quickly throw in whatever logo you prefer. Right. And just in a, you know, we can put that right over the AC. And then from there, you could go ahead and share it to your social channels from the share button, right? So then all we did there was essentially cut out the whole middle person or middle part of clicking on designs, finding the design, adding the KWLF. So what they did there was they just took away a bunch of clicks for you. And we just made that design, and I went slow there to make sure everyone knew where to go. But you can do that in under a minute, you know?
Right.
So then you can either, you know, take that image link, or you can share to any of these platforms. We got Facebook. What is this flag? What is that?
Facebook something.
Oh, I think that's a page. Oh, okay. So that's like your, all right. So that's probably this is probably your personal Facebook. The second one is like your page on your like your professional page.
Yeah.
That's what the flag is. Then you can share it on Twitter. If anyone's active on Pinterest with their real estate. I mean, I guess if you're doing, you know, like crafts around the house for updating your house, maybe you have a Pinterest presence. I don't know. I could see how that could work like that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who are pretty active on LinkedIn, actually. LinkedIn's a pretty good untapped resource for, especially probably for higher quality leads, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you know everyone on there probably has a job.
Yeah.
You know, or looking for one. It's a networking.
Yeah, but
site,
it's a more, in my mind, it's a more focused professional site. You're on.
Yeah, people are there knowing that they're there to network.
There's
you
a
know?
serious purpose to it.
Yeah. There's an understanding, you know. I can sell you if you can sell me, kind of thing. And then obviously Instagram there at the end. So, or if you just wanted to go ahead and just download it, you can download it as a JPEG or PNG, whatever your PDF, and upload it yourself, right? So, I think that's a very cool addition that that came out last week. Very quickly able to market your listings via social channels, create that social ad around your open house, and so forth. Another thing that they added, which is really great, is in social ads when you're creating campaigns, Facebook campaigns in particular, you're now able to save your audiences, your custom audiences. And what I mean by that is when you're doing a paid ad, let me just kind of give you an idea. And I'll just duplicate this campaign and customize, and I'll show you what I mean by an audience. And if you've taken my Facebook class, you're familiar with some of these. Unexpected error has occurred. That's not good. Lead settings, we want to go to Facebook settings here. So the custom audience and targeting would be all of these different interests that I added. So people that that like Zillow, Trulia, houses, house hunting, terrace house, rent, anything about houses. I think I usually use like 18 or so. So what you can do is I can go ahead and save this audience, and I can call this my real estate audience. So what I was doing before was I was having to, please try, why 10 minutes? Okay. Well, it gives you the ability to save that. What I was doing before is I was duplicating campaigns because I wasn't wanting to go through and create that audience all over again, have to
Yeah.
type in like 18 of those things every single time. While it only takes a couple minutes, it's still cumbersome and painful. So I'd have to duplicate it, and then I'd have to go through and make sure everything was, updated the correct way. And I didn't miss anything, which I've done before. I've missed something, and it's like, I'll have something in an ad that was like for a previous property because I was duplicating it. So now I don't have to worry about that. Everything will be blank. And I can start fresh. And this was just the last ad I ran around an open house. Which I think this house is still for sale somehow, 825 on over an acre in Leesburg. So if you have any buyers, it's a great house. It's being sold by Drew Hopley, who was actually part of this office before. He lived in Maryland. So he just joined another KW office there in Maryland. So it's not KW. But anyway, another very cool addition. This is going to be a big time saver, just like the marketing section will be. I don't believe it's in the buyers area. I'll have to check. I don't know if they added it to the buyers side of it as well. So they didn't add it to the buyer side, which makes sense. More the marketing is centered around listings, so you're still gonna have to go to design to create anything for your buyers. Like when your buyer goes under contract or sells.
Right. Yeah.
There's always that debate of like, how much do you get to boast about that sale on the buyer side? Like if you want to send postcards out to that neighborhood saying sold, does it make it look like you were the listing agent? I think we had a conversation about that in the office.
Yeah.
So there's certain ways to do it. So you're not deceiving people, I guess. Not that that would be your intention, but.
Oh, no, I mean, I do that by saying I have qualified buyers.
Yeah.
And one of them just bought in your neighborhood. Are you interested in selling, kind of a thing?
And it's a good tactic for listings too.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we had 15 offers on this place. There's tons of buyers. Like, are you interested in selling also? So some of the really cool updates there that I think will help quickly, hopefully get everybody over to command, figuring out that, hey, I don't need to have this, 5-headed monster of marketing stuff, go over to Canva, go back to here, go back and forth. They're really trying to integrate everything slowly, I will admit. But I think purposefully.
Well, and speaking as an IT or former IT guy, it is a huge investment. These things are enormous.
I think they started to realize that about a year and a half ago, that they were running a little too fast, and it was too buggy to be working efficiently. So I think they worked really hard on the efficiency of it, and it actually running smoothly 99% of the time, which I think it does. And now we're starting to see slower releases, but more meaningful and thought out, put together releases that actually function. And there's still some stuff in here that doesn't work, that is left over from that previous regime, that are getting filtered through and taken care of. So that's just kind of what I want to do. I want to go over some of those new things. I thought they'd be, especially the audience and the marketing tool for the listings on the opportunity side is just a really big update, I think. Probably the biggest one we've had this year, I would say, besides Command Mobile. And then really just see if anybody was having any issues that we could go through and troubleshoot together, or if you just wanted to know how to do something.
I think I'm good in Command.
Okay.
And I find.
Or DocuSign, if you have any DocuSign issues.
I was gonna say, every time, I shouldn't say every time, but I often learn new things just poking around in DocuSign.
Yeah.
For me, one of the hurdles was understanding that editing the documents was kind of the last step before sending them out in an envelope.
Yeah.
And now that I've internalized that, I love it.
Yeah. Knowing the when you can't do things is pretty important to know in DocuSign, the order of operations there. Knowing how the forms function, I think, is like, it's a little mechanical with how it works.
Yeah.
So if you can think past all of that, it tends to make more sense.
Yeah, and for the benefit of anybody that's watching this, earlier this year, I contacted DocuSign about making changes to the form, a form.
Mhm.
And as you might imagine, it is a very complicated process.
Yeah.
Because everybody in the state of Virginia, in this case, is using that form. So they don't, they don't just take inputs and go, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so there's somebody at KWRI that's uploading these documents for the whole of NVAR. Anyone who's using an NVAR form is using the same form we're using.
Right.
Chantilly, wherever. Yeah, so when you update those dockets, and I didn't realize that either until, I mean, I probably subconsciously knew it, but I was like, wow, okay, that makes a lot of sense why they wouldn't be able to just change something.
Yeah.
So, who else do we have on here? I think we have Mohammed maybe? Did he leave already? Did we lose him? No, he's still there. We lost Kari. Did you have any issues, Mohammed?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, yeah, so go in there and, when you get, set up a fake listing, pull something from the MLS, just put it in there. And again, you just, you gotta click that little for sale post, sign post. On the top right. And take a look at how easy it is just to create a quick marketing piece around a listing. So try it out for yourself. All right, just that little for sale signpost. And then it'll just add you to, it'll prompt you to find the listing. So that's what I got for today. Just want to release some new stuff to you guys. And then next week, I don't think we've done a DocuSign class in a long time. I don't know if we've done one this year, actually. Maybe one. But we're getting into the second quarter now. We're a month into it. So figured it'd be a good time to do DocuSign class since we have all the new contract. We haven't done it since we had the new contracts for sure. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and do that next week. We'll do a new DocuSign class. And then kind of the ins and outs, edits, all that kind of stuff. So, all right. Till next week. Bye.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.